I never imagined that the woman I once promised forever to, the one I saw myself growing old with, would one day look me in the eye and calmly say, "I think I should be free to see other people." It wasn't during a fight. There were no tears or drama. Just a regular Saturday morning, over a plate of pancakes and a warm cup of coffee. She said it with the same tone someone might use to ask for a refill. Her name was Clara. We had been married for 7 years. No kids. Just the two of us, navigating life's ups and downs together. I thought we were solid. Nothing in the world could have prepared me for those words. I sat there, stunned, holding my coffee cup midair. "You're joking, right?" I asked, hoping I'd misheard. She calmly shook her head, her expression distant and composed. "No. I've been reading a lot lately, exploring new philosophies. Monogamy feels limiting. I want to experience more, but still stay married." "So, you're talking about an open marriage?" I clarified. She gave a small nod and took a sip of her coffee. "Exactly. You can either accept it or leave. It's your choice. No guilt. No second guessing. Just a clear declaration, like she had stumbled upon some great truth, and I was just there to witness it. I didn't yell. I didn't cry. I didn't even argue. I simply muttered, "All right." That wasn't surrender. That was strategy. For the next 10 days, I played the part of the supportive husband. I cooked for us, shared light-hearted moments, and watched her change. She grew more confident, more vibrant, like someone who had just discovered the key to a new world. She wore that transformation like a badge of honor. Then came her announcement. She had a date planned for Friday night. "He's an artist," she said, her voice bright with excitement. "A painter. Very deep, very passionate. You'd probably like him." I didn't ask questions. I didn't push. "Have fun," I said, even offering to pick up a bottle of wine for her return. That evening, she stepped out in a striking red dress, one I hadn't seen her wear in years. Her makeup was perfect, her hair falling in soft waves over her shoulders. She looked breathtaking. Once, she had dressed like that just for me. Now, that version of her was meant for someone else. She probably thought I'd spend the evening sulking in silence, drowning in jealousy. She had no idea what was really coming. I wasn't sitting idle during those 10 days. While Clara basked in her newfound freedom, I was quietly putting the pieces together. I tracked the blog she'd been obsessing over, followed the trail of her comments, and uncovered the identity of the man she'd planned to meet. His name was Marcus, 35 years old, a vegetarian, and the curator of a nearby art gallery. But more importantly, I discovered where their evening rendezvous was set to happen. She had made the reservation at a trendy little bistro using the email account we both shared. A careless oversight. I got there ahead of them and chose a shadowy booth near the back, my cap pulled low to avoid drawing attention. I watched as she entered, laughing, her fingers grazing his arm as they found their table. He leaned in close, all smooth confidence and carefully practiced charm. For 60 minutes, I observed them from afar, heart pounding but face unreadable. I memorized everything, the way she looked at him, the spark in her eyes, his smirk. Then I slipped out quietly. She never noticed. But I didn't return to our house. Instead, I drove straight to her father's place. Clara idolized him. A man set in his values, he had always welcomed me like the son he never had. I arrived with a folder in hand, printouts of her messages, a recording from that Saturday morning conversation, even a discreet photo I had taken at the restaurant. When he opened the door, I greeted him with a calm, steady voice. "What's all this?" he asked, eyeing the folder. "Clara will come to you soon," I said. "She'll tell you I was overbearing, that I made her feel trapped. This is what really happened, before she rewrites it." I didn't argue. I didn't beg. I handed it over and left. My final move came next. I packed up everything, my clothes, personal belongings, anything that mattered, and drove to a small apartment I'd rented in advance, under my own name. I locked down our joint accounts and left behind a simple note on the kitchen counter. You told me to accept it or leave. You were right. I chose to leave. Live freely. Andrew. That night, she returned to a quiet home. No husband waiting at the door, just an empty room and a single page echoing the consequences of her choice. By morning, my phone lit up non-stop. Her name. Her sister's. Messages filled with panic and confusion. Please talk to me. I didn't think it would go this far. You disappeared. Yes, I had. But not because I couldn't compete with some painter. I left because when someone gives you an ultimatum, tolerate betrayal or walk away, they're not valuing you. They're valuing what you bring to their life. A few days later, I saw her at the mall. She looked tired, drained. Her eyes were hollow, her smile forced. I think I made a mistake, she murmured, barely above a whisper. I met her gaze and replied, maybe you did, and walked away without looking back. Sometimes, the most powerful response isn't anger or revenge. It's letting someone feel the silence they created for themselves.